Here we are once again. I was in the vault and I've had so many things going on recently. It makes you reflect on which things you have time to do and which things you probably won't have time to do. And I have a collection of castings, and I think I mentioned these before on a previous video. These castings are for a Hagen Magnum Action. I do believe that people are familiar with the Hagen Magnum Action, partly from the video I've made, and maybe there's other information out there. But I was thinking about it and I thought maybe I should do something a little bit different. So I have 5 action castings. These are first class steel. They're from Germany, and I'd like to have somebody do something with these castings. I don't have the time, and I won't have the time. The action is here, and the lever as well. And for those of you that, especially young people, that feel they can figure out how to turn these completely benign pieces of steel, which can be shipped anywhere, they're just paperweights, into something more, please let me know. So I thought I'll make kind of a USOG challenge, and I expect nothing in return. You don't have to pay me anything. I'll pay the postage, I'll send it to you, and just send me a note, because I expect I'll probably have more than 5 people who want these. If somebody's wondering what the value is, my goodness, this goes back like a lot of years, but it's got to be over maybe $200 or $300 for the action and the lever. That's not including tooling up for the castings, like getting everything set up. So there's significant value here, but like I said, I just thought it's a good thing to do, and I'll be interested with what you come up with. And if you absolutely can't share whatever it is you build, and I don't care whether it's good or bad, and I can tell you a little personal story. One time at university, I was supposed to judge these like artworks that people had, and some of them were really good, and there was one really unusual artwork, and in the judging, everybody had different comments about how good and how bad different things were. And I was so happy with myself, because on the artwork that didn't make any sense from the normal assessment criteria, and this was kind of live, I had the presence of mind to say, well, it doesn't really matter whether it's good or bad. What matters is that the person had something to show. And they did. They just had something different in mind from the norm. So again, I don't know if that story means that much to anybody, but it meant a lot to me. And yeah, just come up with something. And I can tell you the stem needs to be threaded. That's where the through bolt goes for the stock. There's no block. And I'm telling you this for more than one reason. There's no block. You have to somehow figure out a block. You have to figure out a firing mechanism. You have to figure out a trigger. The lever has to fit in here. This needs to be machined. You'll have to make jigs, or you have to do it entirely by hand, like they do in Afghanistan and Pakistan. This is all doable. This has to be threaded for the barrel, or pressure fit, I suppose, would work. You need springs. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't undertake this lightly. There's a lot of work here, but you can't do anything unless you have the action and the lever. And now, technically, this is not an action. This is a paperweight, because it can't do anything. But just send me a note and let me know what you have in mind. If you like, you can email me. And the email address is usogbyemail@gmail.com. So USOGBYEMAIL@gmail.com. And I'll gladly read your emails and your proposals. It's not a proposal, really, just let me know what you have in mind. And I'm hoping that you can make some fantastic things. There's no point in me hoarding this stuff and for no purpose. Eventually, I guess it'll end up in an estate. So I'd like to proceed with this, and feel free to be imaginative, or whatever you have in mind. Let me know. And then if you decide to go ahead, of course you have to send me your address, and then I'll ship it by whatever means, or have it shipped to you, and cause that to happen. So I hope that's interesting to some of you. I wouldn't take it lightly. I think you can do something great here. This is a significant, I think, opportunity. I wish I had something like this come along. These castings are something. Anyway, that's all there is for today. Nothing else to show you, just offer you something. Thanks so much for being here. Please subscribe. Join me on Patreon, and we'll see what happens next. Take care.